What's going on, team? This is a movement that I see done wrong so many times that I could not wait. The video had to come this week. This is the kettlebell swing. Now, in order to perform the movement correctly, we must first understand why do we do a kettlebell swing. The main muscle we're trying to target is our glutes. If you don't know, your glutes, okay? What is the primary function of the glutes? It is hip extension. What does that mean? That means coming from here, hip flexion, to here, hip extension. Flexion, extension, flexion, extension. Keeping that in mind, why is it that you go to a gym and you see people doing this? So nowhere in that movement that I just demonstrated did you see actual hip flexion. What does that mean? That means that the glute as a muscle is not going to be allowed to go through its full range of motion, i.e. going from full contraction to full lengthening. Contracting, lengthening, contracting, lengthening. So when we do the movement, we want to allow for full hip extension and then full hip flexion. When our hip is flexed, our glute will lengthen. When our hip extends, our glute will contract, all right? So let's show both examples, right? Right here, standing regular. Once I'm here, now I've got hip flexion. When I'm here, I've got hip extension. Flexion, extension. As we do the movement, I'll show you the front view first. I'm gonna grip the kettlebell just like this. Nice and easy. I'm not gripping it real tight. Nice and easy. It's gonna be between my legs. I'm gonna have my legs wide enough to give myself some room for the kettlebell to go through. And all that's gonna happen as I do the movement is right here, kettlebell is gonna come up. Come up. I'm not pulling, I'm not trying to use my hands to pull the kettlebell. All the action's happening in my glutes. My hands are just along for the ride. Here, snap. Here, snap. Here, snap. In the side view, I want you looking for hip flexion to hip extension. Extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension, flexion, extension. That is a movement. If you do it properly, you should feel an incredible burn in your glutes. I like to program it for 3 or 4 sets, depending on your program, and reps anywhere from 8 to 12 reps. I choose a weight to where once I get around rep 9, rep 10, rep 11, my glutes are on fire. But here's the key, guys. My glute is still the muscle that's driving the movement. If I pick a weight that's too heavy and it starts to feel like I'm having to squat into the movement or I'm having to use my hands to really pull it, then the weight's too heavy. For all my reps, I want my glute muscle, my gluteus maximus, to be the muscle that I feel initiating the movement. So I'll pick a weight where I can do anywhere from 8 to 12. For me, that's about, I'd say 15 to 25 pound kettlebell, give or take. And again, I do either 3 sets or 4 sets of 8 to 12 reps. When it's done, you should feel a burning sensation in the glutes. When I have a client who their primary goal is to grow that gluteus maximus, that ass, as you might say, that's where, if they're gonna be training 4 days a week, 5 days a week, maybe even 6 days a week, yes, we're gonna still hit our squat, still hit our deadlift early in the week, but when we're trying to add some extra volume onto those glutes, movements like the kettlebell swing come into play as a great movement that can just add some extra volume into those glutes. So without further ado, that's the video. If you enjoy this, please share it to somebody else who can benefit from this video. You know, we're not gonna call any names or anything like that. Just go ahead and send them the link. You know, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to say that their kettlebell swing is trash. Just send the link, let them do with it as they may. But yeah, and if you're still confused on the movement, let me know that as well, and I can definitely answer more questions about the kettlebell swing. Until next time, go be an athlete. Peace.